Hey.
What's going on, car guys and car gals? It's Lou Ramirez, the car guy.
And it's Fred Leonard, subprime hero.
And we are Brewing Solutions on the Car Guy Coffee Podcast. And we are live at the Kain Workshop in lovely Lexington, Kentucky, having a good time in our backyard. Fred, how excited are you to be here?
Dude, I'm beyond excited. You know, we've had some great interviews so far today. If you've been watching the shows, it's been great. A lot of great information, not just about this event, but about the people that are at this event. I think that's the most important thing. The events are events, but it's the people that show up is what make these events special. And people like the one, the only, Aaron Sheeks is in the house.
Right,
yeah,
right,
we got him.
There. Welcome to the party. Welcome to the party.
Brother, we appreciate you, man. We appreciate so many things. I appreciate your service, for one. We've talked about that before.
Thank you.
We're very honored to have you on the show, man. And then, of course, what you've been doing in the automotive industry has been second to none. You're constantly growing. You know, we were talking about it before the show, just the evolution in just the last 12 months. And we'll get into that a little bit more here in a moment. But we are here at the Kain Workshop 2023 at the beautiful Marriott City Center over here in Lexington, Kentucky. And we're having fun. But we do have Aaron Sheeks, you know, Pure Cars. But, you know, the road to Pure Cars has been a long road, but not really that long. And you've done it pretty dang quick, Mr. Fast Tracker. But yet you still are just beginning. And that's the thing. It's just begun for you. But what made you say, this Kain event is where I need to be this month?
One, David Kain is an amazing human being, maybe top 5, maybe my favorite in the business.
Yeah, I hear you.
One of the best. Definitely
no chance that I miss that man's event. He puts on a spectacular event, so I'm here. But I think selfishly, this is also one of my favorite events of the year because you actually get real interaction in a great part of the country that isn't Vegas or isn't filled with the touristy, flashy lights.
Yep.
It's real people, real conversations in a real place that feels like home.
Definitely feels like home, especially when you can almost document your growth. You can watch your growth here. This has some nostalgia to you, right? Remember last year running into you. One, it's always fun to run into more and more car guys and car gals that are at these super professional events that are rocking sneakers, right?
Ooh,
that are inside of
I know, and his sneaker game has been good. I don't know if it's always been this good, but since I've known you, I've seen it just constantly stay
I
clean.
believe that we've been helping raise the sneaker game of the entire industry.
I actually was going to give you credit for raising the tides of the
Come on,
sneaker game
yeah.
as a whole. Yeah, complete raising of the tides. This event has inspired me to pack more than one pair of shoes to all events moving forward. So 2 pairs of J's came today because I'm allowed to wear them, and I'm going to have some choices.
That's
I
it.
think that's right.
That's right. Heck yeah. And you gotta represent. But I mean, not just the footwear is changing inside of the industry. A lot of things are changing. But also for you though. So when we did get to see you that last time, you got the chance to jump inside of the pitch tank. How did that go when you were here last time?
So look, a year ago, came up on my Facebook memories today, actually 12 months ago today. I was showing up to Lexington, Kentucky in my first pair of J's. So my shoe game wasn't always.
They were sweet. Those were sweet.
But they got our attention.
They were good in my first pair. And look, we came up here, we pitched in the Shark Tank event. we were very fortunate to be in the final grouping. We took second, which if you know me, you know I don't do second well. So we had to make sure when we came back this year, we were the premier sponsors. So I'm super proud that we went from Pitch Tank, kind of upstart, moving with the auto miner, moving and shaking. And now here we are 12 months to the day later, sitting next to Fred and Lou.
Wow.
Getting an interview at my favorite event as the premier sponsor of the event. I couldn't be more
premier sponsor. My friends, that is a fast road, you know, and that's the thing. It's still just the beginning. You know, it's really just begun for you. And I love watching the trajectory that you're going on. You know, it's very special. You know, I think that a lot of people could take notes on what you're doing and live by that code. You know, you're very consistent. And I was mentioning before the show how you let us peek into your personal life quite a bit. You know, you don't get, you know, just like me and Lou, we don't get too deep in it, but we do. We want to share it. But you do such a good job with that, man. I feel like I know you more than I actually know you, you know, and I think that's something that a lot of people feel with you. And I think that's part of your success. It's not just about how good your business is, but who is the person behind all that? And you let people see that. You let them behind that veil a little bit. And by doing that, it really opens it up to so many things.
I think good people are immediately attracted to and want 100%. To work with good people.
That's it.
And if I just show the world that I'm transparent and who I am, they're going to choose me more times than 100%. They will not choose me, because what you see is what you get from me, whether we're at church on Sunday or we're playing ball on a Tuesday or work on a Wednesday. It's the same thing all the time. And to be honest, it's a little selfish. I'm too lazy. To put on a show because I'm just going so fast. It takes so much effort to move so fast.
It's like you're gonna get what you're gonna get.
I'm just gonna go. This is what you get. What you get is me moving 120 miles an hour, and we're gonna win. And while we get there, we're gonna meet some great folks.
That's it.
And I think that's been a big part of what's happened post pandemic is there's been a better connection to people than I feel like we had before. Because we ran into an absence of being able to really, really connect to people. Then when we gravitated back together, then we kept doing it and we kept doing it. And we kept being on that mode of being able to build these new relationships. And post-pandemic has been an incredible roller coaster trajectory, really up for you, where it is that you've connected to so many people. You put so many more people into this roller coaster ride, but you're enjoying it. And that's the part that I think is the most gravitational. I think that's the part that pull people to you the most, is that no, you're doing it effortlessly. You're doing it without having to force having a good time. You're just making it happen and having fun through the process without making it too staunch and too sterile and uptight, you know, just being you. And that is something that people can connect to, because that's really where people want to do business, is when they feel comfortable with the people they're doing it with.
This is a people business.
It is.
This is people buy from people.
100%.
100% of people business. And if they trust you and you trust them, you'll be great partners for years and years and years. I've been fortunate enough to surround myself with great people. The Chris Martinez's, the Jim DeMeo's of the world, my partners that are dealers, that are, you know, the Frank Lopeses of the world that said, hey, come on, young man, like you to do something here, funnel some of that into this direction. Now here we are in a solutionary sandwich that I just did not even know that I was doing a half an hour ago. And I honestly, I couldn't ask for it to be any different. I love my life. Like I love the life that he's given me. And I'm going to use every bit of talent that I have in my soul until he takes it back.
Come on. You gotta love that.
You're right. And your life is phenomenal. Like I said, it lets us peek into it, you know, and you've worked really hard. You've done so many things, from serve our country to, like I said, now you're running these companies and you're doing such a great job doing that. And you've come up with some great ideas, but what I once again, I'm gonna get back to who you are. You know, you're a family man. You know, you love being there. You know, you're a busy man. I know what it's like to travel the country and constantly have to be here and there, which we love doing. Yeah. But I think we do that for a big reason. There's a why. The why behind that is our family most of the time, right? We have so much drive in that, you know. Tell me what about having that why for you has helped you be able to stay on task, even though we do have to sometimes separate ourselves, be gone, I should say. What makes you keep pushing?
You know, I think this always opens up Pandora's box to me, because my purpose in life changed 3 years ago. When I found out my wife had a brain tumor, and I knew that I was going to have to raise my 4 little girls, either with or with, you know, like I could lose my wife, like they could lose their mom. I better figure out what I'm doing, and I better do it really fast, because
I better get it right.
I got to be right now, because I don't know what year looks like a year from now, or 5 years from now, or 10 years from now. So like I just was in a position that, one, I didn't have a choice. It was you have to go. Too many people are relying on you. And I tell you what, it took my it took my viewpoint of the world from this to this.
Yeah.
And I think I'm gonna connect to what Lou just said, in that post-COVID allowed people to connect with people, but it also gave us the ability to say no to people.
Yes.
That we would have said yes to them prior to
That's
COVID.
so true.
But post-COVID, you didn't need them.
Right.
You're happy without having certain people in your life. So you said no to people, places, and things that
Yep.
you knew you could live without.
I agree.
And I just started saying no to anything that was a distraction to me getting to where I needed to be for my 4 little girls.
Oh man,
That's true.
And that changed everything.
I love that. I love that.
Everything.
Man, that's powerful, brother.
is so
You know, and once again, he's letting us into his life and letting us hear the
Just a
story
little-
behind that.
just a little bit.
Just enough,
Just
right?
a little bit.
But enough to make you have empathy and to really sit in those shoes and to say, man, this guy is still crushing the world. He's still going after it. He's still that man. I love that. You do have a beautiful family. You're very blessed. You know, I love everything that you do. I love the places that you go. You like beaches. I like beaches.
Yeah,
Beaches
beaches are the best.
got a lot of
beaches
things in
nice,
common
yeah.
that way, right?
Yeah.
But no, it is. You know, you're a special person, brother. Your heart is out there, and I think everyone sees that. And I think is why you're so successful. That's not the only reason. Trust me, this guy's a genius. This guy works extremely hard. His work ethic is
No,
phenomenal.
Come on.
But I'm telling you, that's that extra. There's a lot of people who've got good work ethic. There's a lot of people who have great ideas, but we don't know them.
Yeah.
And it's because they don't let themselves be known. And I think that people want to see who they're dealing with, like we talked about at the beginning. I'm glad we get to see you and we get to see what you're about and hear about what you're about too.
No, I think this is like I said, you start surrounding yourself and you find your people. And when you find your people, like this group that we're in, that we're connected
Oh
with,
yeah.
has instilled, they've taken that military mindset that I've always had and the
Yes.
discipline that I had in it. And they said, hey, I don't think you're doing enough,
Right.
because I think you've got more potential than you're letting us into.
Yeah.
So maybe you should do a little bit more, right? The Glenn Lundys of the world. They're like, hold on. You're pacing yourself.
Yeah.
And they say, get out, get in the gas a little bit more, get out of the brakes and watch what happens. And that's, so I'm not the smartest guy in any room. You're really nice to say things about me, but what it ends up being is that no one works harder than me.
Hey.
And I love y'all and I respect you, as The Rock would say. I love you and I respect you, but you won't outwork me.
Hey, I
Right?
hear that.
And I take that to everything. As a dad, as a husband, as anything, I'm going to be where I'm at and I'm going to win at what I'm doing in the moment, in the time. Right.
Come on.
That's it.
Come on.
That is huge.
That's-
That is the statement right there.
That's commitment, and that's consistent commitment. That's not something that we're just choosing to do one day, right? We're doing that each and every day until it lands you in the different spots. And what I love about it is that inside of the walk that we have with our business, that faith walk of what is it that, oh, you know what? I submit this to you, Father. Do with me what it is that you will. Do with my business what it is that you will. Do what you want with my family, and help me to recognize what I'm supposed to do in all of those areas as you have me there. But you do it, again, I'm going to go back to showing it to be effortlessly. And it's not that it's not hard work. It's not that you're not going to outwork everybody. Like you just heard him say, he's going to outwork everybody in the room, right? But the hard work doesn't have to be as laborious, especially if you're enjoying it and if you're fulfilled through it. Right? As you're bringing solutions to people that truly need them and you're seeing them enhance the quality, enrich the quality of an industry, goodness, there's so much reward in that it's almost addicting. Like, what can I come up with next? What do we do? I do now? Right? Exactly. Where do we go from here?
Well, I mean, that's the temptation.
Mhm.
If we go next is, 12 months ago, I had a little company that was doing some fun stuff and we were growing really quickly. And now I'm running a really big company that's doing a lot of fun stuff and we're moving really quickly. And sometimes distraction is the enemy of progress.
Oh man.
So sometimes you just got to put
you got to focus. That's why you got to focus.
The focus on.
That's right.
That's right.
And just put your head down. And that doesn't always require noise. Right?
Oh man, no.
So I'll go on my next soapbox. What's up, Tim? I'll go on my next soapbox here and say, like, you have to outwork everybody, or someone like me will outwork you and take it from you anyways. That's just been my mindset.
Sure.
If you're not working hard than me and you're sleeping, I'm coming to get it.
Boom.
I'll tell you right now, I'm coming to get it.
You are.
And it will be mine. And you won't stop me. Right. But you get to the next phase is like, well, you can only win so many places at once. So where do you make the biggest jump, the biggest win, the fastest place to make the biggest impact around the people around you?
I love that.
And sometimes you have to let things that feel right off the table.
Yeah.
And you have to go head first right into the storm and say the real leader will solve the hard problem.
Yep.
You will be the pace setter to take all of the blows in the face that are coming to you.
Oh yeah.
You will weather the storm, and you will come out the other side as the example. And that is who I try to embody.
Come on.
And you do. That's you. That's exactly what I think about when I think about Aaron. Seriously, man. And that's important. What he just did, folks, you know, he's saying, oh, you come after him. Use that as fuel.
Bring it.
You think you work hard, prove it. Let's get after that. I guarantee if he sees that, he'd cheer you on. You know, and that's the thing. Like, that's what it's about. But it's hard. It's hard. I feel you. I feel the same way. I don't think anyone's gonna outwork me, right? But at the end of the day, there's always somebody out there that's willing to put the work in. You know, but I love those people, and this industry needs more people just like you, so many others. And I hope that you guys see this and get inspired by this to know that you can literally be pacing through life and living good. You can have a good life, but are you really happy? No. Like you said, the Glenn Lundy's in the world, he'll tell you go 800%. The Grant Cardone say 10 times that bad boy. You know, to even get outside of automotive, and we're talking about Gary Vaynerchuk, that dude will tell you get after it. It's never too late. Don't give me excuses. Stop excuses. Just do it. And that's something that's important. And Aaron will tell you the same thing: is quit making excuses. Drop all the stuff. Say no to the things that you don't want to do and don't need in your life, and get after it. Do what's right and go out and be the best version of you, and put the work behind it. You know, faith without good works is dead. And if you don't put that work in, you're never going to get what you want. You know, you can live a good life. I'm not trying to tell people you're not living a good life. I'm just telling you, you're not going to live a fulfilled life unless you do that. Right. That's the difference.
And with the wisdom that you get out of being able to determine what you say no to, a lot of times it often just comes by a true, consistent commitment to what you say yes to.
That's right.
I mean, our marriages, right? We're not in the habit of having to say no to a bunch of other people, right? Because we've said yes to one, that makes it very easy to know what not to get in bed with, per se, right? to what not to be able to go down the road of. And I love that you said, you know, to silence out the noise. The thing is that even inside of some of the crowds watching you, you have some silent cheerers. You have some people that are knowing and talking. I mean, we were just on the show, just the last episode before you. Yeah. Hannah was over here talking about the exact trajectory you were talking about. Came in on a pitch tank. Now they're a big sponsor on the stage, making big things happen. You know, the same flow and evolution of building business. And this is why we want to encourage you listener. This isn't just for us to entertain each other. Trust us. We're going to close this. This is going to end. Time's going to cap off. We're going to keep having conversations and keep brewing solutions, because that's what we do. But for you all, for those of you that are watching, recognize you have today, you have the people around you, you have the technology around you, you have the same opportunities each and every one of us have. And trust us, you probably have more intelligence. Okay. You just might. Yeah. I promise you, if I'm in the room with you, I am not the smartest guy. Amen. You probably got me outranked inside of that. But what you won't do is take away our yes to bringing something good to the industry. And that's something that you all have. And we commit to bringing you some get up and go juice, a little bit of Car Guy coffee to keep you pumped up, but keep people like Aaron in front of you to know that you may not get the chance to see him all the time. But when you do get to see him, you see him hustling. You see him working. You see him going after that one thing. The thing is that you did say that prioritizing it, getting it in line, but you got that one thing right, that family fire. Keeping that stoked, keeping that fired up.
When you see him working, but even when he's not working, he's working. He's with his family. He's loving on them. He's taking care of them. He's going places with them, making memories with them. That's what it's about. All that, the balance of it all. You know, if you're giving too much to one, you're going to let something go. And if you let something go, you're going to feel very unfulfilled. Got to stay balanced.
You know how it's hard though.
Bro, you don't have to tell me. It's one of the hardest things in the world.
I mean, we take off the armor for 30 seconds here. Like, I'm not the greatest husband every day that I should be.
No,
I'm definitely not the greatest dad that I wish that I could be every day, because you can't be and do all of the other things that are required from you to move through life at different stages.
That's right.
So it ebbs and flows, and there's times where I have to be the greatest dad on the planet.
Yeah.
There are times where like my wife needs me and I have to be the greatest husband on the planet.
Facts.
But today, thankfully, she's got all 4 of my kids and the dog at the house, so I could be here in Kentucky. I am not being the greatest husband on the planet today, but I'm serving in a different capacity, right?
But it is like you just said, different capacity.
Different capacity. So my goal is always to serve in whatever role I'm in and keep moving forward. So I'll make a shameless plug here, and then I'm trying to write my first book.
Come on.
And because all my friends are writing books, and they all keep telling me that it's so easy. Right?
Oh my gosh, it's not easy.
I've been trying to write one all year.
Oh my gosh,
first paragraph.
It's terrible, right? So I'm reading some books, and I've gotten some help from some smart folks, right? And so Violent Forward Motion is the name of the book.
Violent Forward Motion.
And it's when people ask me, why did you do it? How'd you do this? How do you do that? And I just said, I'm violently moving forward no matter what happens to me, no matter what comes my way, no matter what you say to me or throw things at me. I'm moving forward next. And you can either come with me or I'm gone.
Come on.
There's no choice. So as Brian Benstock says, believe or be leaving.
Come on.
we have adopted that saying. Anyone that is around me knows you only have the two choices right now.
That's right.
We're on a mission. We're moving fast. We're going to conquer the world. And we're going to start right here in this little slice of excellence that is the automotive industry.
Love that, man.
And if you don't believe, then please be leaving.
Yes. Hey.
Because
love that.
if you don't have people on that same mission, in that same fire, you'll start to get a little bit of this.
Yeah.
And you cannot have violent forward motion if something is trying to always pull you back. Right?
Wow. That's
people, places, things, distractions, anything. You got to cut it loose and just go.
I love that, man.
Go.
Folks, write some notes down. I'm telling you, man. And I'm
some of that.
Went from 30 minutes ago before the show started, not really knowing he was even going to be on. But then now he's on here to dropping all kinds of nuggets and bombs for all of us to take notes on.
Just a talking
include myself, man.
Just a talking head, guys.
What I could tell you is this, Aaron. I'm honored to know you. I'm honored to have you as a friend, to have you on the show, to just be in the same network as you, because rising tide lifts all ships, and I believe in that 100%. You motivate me, you inspire me. I love watching the growth. I cannot wait to see the next interview, how far you've gone. And just keep being the man that you are. When you mentioned that, I'm not the most perfect husband. None of us are. There's not a perfect husband out there in this world, not a perfect father.
We're just striving. Biggest room in the world?
It's the room for improvement, right? And when we all fit inside that room, as long as we understand that, then we know that it's okay. It's okay, because without having those opportunities to be better in each one of those categories, it would be boring. It would be, what are we reaching for at that point? Right. So we're going to keep reaching, because even when you reach a peak, there's another peak that you see that you want to get to. So we got to keep looking for those new peaks. So brother, keep doing what you're doing. You are an example of a great leader, of a great father, and a great husband, whether you believe that or not. We know it. We see it. So keep doing it, brother.
So I believe that would mean that we need to let the entire world know, or remind the world again, that our friend Aaron Sheeks is 100% CGC approved. That's right, everybody. Remember that. And also remember that you can go back and listen to all of the shows that we had from the interviews today. And you name dropped a little bit of the Frank J. Lopes on it today, right? Talked about him. That episode, that 5-liner with him was magical, everybody. And we've been holding that on the shelf for such a time as this. And you can go get you some at carguycoffee.com. You can also find out how to support the brew at carguycoffee.com. There are so many of you that have been supporting us for all the time that we've been brewing solutions, because people like this are changing the industry. Okay, they really are changing the industry. We honor it, we love it, and we want to give you some more of it. So continue to support the show. Blow him up. If you haven't blown him up, blow him up. Aaron, how do people get a hold of you?
You can check it out here on the screen, Aaron S at purecars.com. You can find us at purecars.com, theautominer.com. You can find me on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn,
everywhere.
I'm not hard to find.
Everywhere.
I'm not hard to find.
He ain't hiding from you.
No, he's definitely not hard. Reach out to him. Let him know. If you have any questions, he'll answer it. I promise you. He's not untouchable, but definitely ask him a legit question, though. Not like, what's your favorite color?
But he's coming violently, so you better watch out.
Watch out.
He's coming.
And be ready.
He's coming.
If you're not ready to take that fast-paced walk, then you might as well just sit back and just believe.
Just next.
Believe. You better believe.
Next.
Come on. Well, awesome. Well, what we got to do before we finish off this show. Let's finish this show off the right way with a little bit of forgive, focus, fly, so we can keep growing. On 3, 1, 2, 3.
Forgive, focus, fly, and keep growing. Keep growing. That's right,
everybody. We appreciate you taking some time. We are still here in Lexington at the Kain event.
That's right.
At the incredible Lexington Marriott, having some fun. I am Lou Ramirez, the Car
And
Guy.
I'm Fred Leonard, subprime hero.
And we've been brewing solutions on the Car Guy Coffee Podcast with the one, the only,
Aaron Sheeks.
That's right, everybody. Stay tuned because there's plenty of more brew on its way. We're out.